Hey there, my name is Sanjay Sabarwal from Sabarwal Law, and I'm a business attorney in California. And I really kind of wanted to go over some basic things that a lot of business owners in California are not aware of. So these are some laws that every business owner should know, must know. There's no ifs, ands, buts about it. You really need to get on board on these laws. So let's first talk about the California employment laws. Yes, there are also some federal laws that we'll probably get to at some point, but for now, the minimum wage. You must follow the minimum wage because they can lead to a lot of costs and damages if you fail to pay employees the minimum wage. Currently, it's $15.50 for employers with 26 or more employees, and $14 per hour for those with 25 or less. So, and overtime. If you have employees who work more than 8 hours or 40 hours in a week, they're both eligible for overtime pay, which means they are entitled to 1.5 times of the minimum wage. So California has a unique way because you can do the daily overtime rate and or they can work more than 40 hours. You can't double dip unless you have them working, let's say 12-hour days for like 7 days a week. But the reality is generally overtime is calculated in those ways. So keep that in mind. Now, the other way is a lot of times employers get in trouble. Even though California is an at-will state, which means just like you can leave the job at any time, we can terminate you at any time as well. However, now, if you use a reason that is protected, for example, something that's based on race, color, national origin, religion, sex, gender identity, sexual orientation, age, disability, pregnancy, that's where you can get yourself in trouble and get into a discrimination or harassment laws. These lawsuits, I gotta tell you, can become really expensive very quickly, even if you're in the right, because if you have to defend it, guess what? You're going to be paying the attorney an hourly or high retainer to defend it, especially if you don't have policies in place, don't have an HR department, don't have someone telling you that, hey, you should be documenting all these things that could be problematic. One of the reasons we always talk about document is for that reason. The other way a lot of employers get themselves in trouble is the Family Medical Leave Act, which, California has a variety of leaves that go beyond federal requirements, which includes the California Family Rights Act, which allows employees to take up to 12 weeks of unpaid leave for specific family and medical reasons. And other reason is also California has a paid leave family program, which is a partial wage replacement for eligible employees who take time off to bond with a new child or care for a seriously ill member. The family member has been broadened. So again, this is a very general thing to discuss right now. So let's see if we can go from there. Now, the other way a lot of employers get themselves in trouble is you as a business owner, if you're operating in the state of California, you're required to carry workers' compensation insurance, which provides for medical and financial assistance to employees who suffer work-related injuries or illnesses. And you must also establish a written and illness prevention program called the IIPP to identify and address workplace hazards and in place safety procedures. Failure to do those can really turn into, an expensive lawsuit. So a lot of business owners are not aware, like, well, I only have one employee. If you have any employees, any number, you must carry workers' comp insurance. Finally, there's also data privacy laws. California has now one of the strictest privacy laws in the country. It's called the California Consumer Privacy Act, and as well as the California Privacy Rights Act. They're two different acts that really protect businesses from using personal information of their customers. Also, these laws mandate that businesses disclose how they're going to collect their practices. I'm sure you've been to a website and it tells you, hey, click on these links, accept the cookies or not accept the cookies, because you have to let consumers know so they can either opt in or opt out. You cannot just use the information because they've entered the information into the website or they've come into your store and used the one of those loyalty cards. So you must make sure your business complies with these laws. So as a business owner, you got to navigate this and you got to make sure you got to stay informed, ask questions. If you don't know anything, get a consultation, talk to an HR person, get an HR department if you don't have one, or get an HR person that you can outsource to. Because the reality is a lot of these legal issues can be even avoided. You don't need to talk to someone like me unless there's a lawsuit at some point, or you think you might get sued. more often than not, I recommend and I refer people all the time to HR consultants because these are the people that can make your life a lot easier. So that's a quick note. These are the 5 things you should really know about. It's quick and dirty, and hopefully I'll continue to start doing this more videos so that way you can get more educated. Thanks all.